and you was raped by the two men in the church, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever like talk to your mom about this? Like, did you ever, how did you guys deal with that? How did you deal with that? Did you talk to your mom?
I didn't talk to my mom about it right away. My first time telling my mother about the abuse was when I was incarcerated when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
And I wrote home a lot, and I wrote my mother a letter explaining to her what happened and the experience. And that was her first time hearing about it. But when I was younger, she used to ask me, have anything ever happened to me? And it was really hard for me to talk about it at that time, like verbally. It was easy for me to talk about it, on paper, because the two guys told me, when they abused me, you better not tell nobody. So it's like that shut me down immediately. So I was afraid to talk about it for a while. And then when I went to jail when I was 14, that's when I was able to write about it and tell her what happened.
Wow. You speaking about you going to jail, like explain to you mentioned you went to jail at 14 and you was released at the age of 17. Like, what was going on? What led up to that point? Why did you go away for 3 years? And what was going through your mind? I mean, you were so young.
The abuse, that caused a lot of anger and rage.
Okay.
Verbal abuse. And growing up in a dysfunctional family and a lot of violence and my environment and my father not being in the home, not exactly knowing what happened between him and my mother when they got separated. So that caused a lot of, just a lot of mental turmoil. And so when I went to jail, I went to jail for a strong arm robbery. And I was just, I got involved in gangs and stuff like that. So it's like, I wanted a safe haven. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel protected. And when me not being able to communicate and really articulate what was going on with me, I just acted out, violently. So that caused me to go to jail and spend a lot of time in jail. And, I didn't really, respect anyone or didn't really feel safe and feel like anybody was able to understand me because, like, I was just